हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू अनदर वीडियो ऑफ पॉजिटिव अल्फा। आज का वीडियो जो है वो मैंने इस टॉपिक पे बनाया है कि जो CFA के जो पोटेंशियल कैंडिडेट्स हैं, रिपीटेडली उन्होंने मुझसे कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछे हैं ओवर ऑल द टाइम दैट आई हैव बीन टीचिंग। फ्यू ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस मैंने यहाँ पे शॉर्टलिस्ट किए हैं और मैं उनको डिस्कस करने वाला हूँ एंड होपफुली आई थिंक दे विल हेल्प यू एंड दे विल ऑल्सो आंसर योर क्वेश्चंस एट द सेम टाइम। लेट अस बिगिन। तो जो एक क्वेश्चन जो मुझे बहुत कॉमनली जो आता है मेरे सामने वो ये है कि सर, डू आई नीड टू डू एन MBA और इज अ CFA गोना सब्स्टिट्यूट फॉर द MBA, या फिर मुझे दोनों करने की ज़रूरत है। तो फर्स्ट थिंग, आप अपने स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं कि मैंने जो है राइट हैंड साइड पे CFA लेवल 1 और CFA लेवल 2 का कॉस्ट और उसका अप्रॉक्स टाइम यहाँ पे लिखा है एंड लेफ्ट में MBA का। तो पहले तो हम समझते हैं कि किन सिचुएशन में आपको सिर्फ CFA करके भी काम चल जाएगा एंड इफ़ यू वांट टू डू MBA व्हाट आर द कॉस्ट इन्वॉल्व इन एवरीथिंग। लेट अस लुक इनटू इट। तो फर्स्ट इज कि टू बी प्रैक्टिकल एंड टू बी ऑनेस्ट, CFA लेवल 1 में अगर आपने क्लियर कर लिया तो आपको अप्रॉक्स 3.5 लाख से 4.25 लाख तक का पर एनम जॉब लगेगा। इवन 5 लाख वुड बी अ बिट ऑन दी हायर साइड। अब CFA लेवल 1 की कॉस्ट क्या है? तो कॉस्ट में सबसे बड़ा वेरिएबल फैक्टर तो ये है कि आप अर्ली रजिस्ट्रेशन कर रहे हैं, कि आप मिडिल पीरियड में रजिस्ट्रेशन कर रहे हैं, कि आप एंड पीरियड में रजिस्ट्रेशन कर रहे हैं। इसलिए मैंने अप्रॉक्स कॉस्ट जो है लेवल 1 का, इंक्लूडिंग द रजिस्ट्रेशन फी एंड द एग्जाम अपियरिंग फी, तो ये जो रजिस्ट्रेशन फी होती है ये वन टाइम फी होती है। तो इन कॉस्ट को मिला के अप्रॉक्स आपका जो टोटल कॉस्ट आता है वो आता है 80,000 to 1 लाख रुपीज़ प्लस कोचिंग। नाउ इट इज़ इंटायरली ऑप्शनल कि आप कोचिंग ले रहे हैं कि नहीं, बट इफ़ यू टेक अ कोचिंग तो let us take an approx fee of 35,000. It could be somewhat less, it could be somewhat high depending upon where you are taking the coaching from. And CFA level 1 करने में आपको करीब 6 months लगते हैं। But the point is कि if you get through CFA level 1 and you have a decent amount of finance knowledge, जहाँ पे आप थोड़ा सा जो है टच में हैं फाइनेंस न्यूज़ से एंड आपने काफ़ी सारे जगह अप्लाई किया है, तो डेफिनेटली कहीं ना कहीं से एक पॉजिटिव रिस्पॉन्स आएगा एंड यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट अ डिसेंट जॉब ऑफ अराउंड 3.5 to 4.25 lakhs। नेक्स्ट हम ये देखते हैं कि नाउ CFA लेवल 2। तो CFA लेवल 2 फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई हैव टू मेंशन इज कि इफ ऑन अ स्केल ऑफ 10 CFA लेवल 1 इज 4 in terms of difficulty, then CFA level 2 is probably 8.5 or 9. So CFA level 2 is a big jump and it is very difficult as compared to CFA level 1, but at the same time CFA level 2 is very rewarding, क्योंकि जैसे ही आप CFA level 2 करते हैं 7 to 8 lakhs per annum even with 1 year of experience you can easily get, और ये मैं definitely बोल सकता हूँ having personally experienced this situation. So you can very easily get minimum 7 to 8 lakhs and you can also get more as I was able to during my time. अब CFA लेवल 2 में आपका कॉस्ट क्या होता है? सिग्निफिकेंटली रेड्यूस हो जाता है। रेड्यूस कैसे हो जाता है कि अब आपको वन टाइम रजिस्ट्रेशन फ़ी नहीं पे करनी होती है और आपको सिर्फ जो 40 to 50-60,000 जो आपकी फ़ीस होती है CFA लेवल 2 की, आपको सिर्फ उतनी पे करनी है डिपेंडिंग आपने कौन से स्लॉट में भरी है। ठीक है। एंड अगेन मैं कोचिंग की फ़ीस 35,000 ले रहा हूँ एंड अब इसमें जो टाइम रिक्वायर्ड है ये एक्चुअली वेरिएबल है। वेरिएबल क्यों है? बिकॉज फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट इज़ मच डिफिकल्ट एज कम्पेयर टू लेवल 1। तो आई विल डेफिनेटली सजेस्ट कि यू शुड एटलीस्ट कीप अराउंड 8 to 9 months फॉर CFA लेवल 2, बट देन इट कैन बी डन इन 6 months। ऑब्वियसली इट इज़ पीपल हैव इवन डन इट इन 4 to 5 months, बट मैं मोर ऑन दी एवरेज लेके चल रहा हूँ फॉर द मेजॉरिटी ऑफ कैंडिडेट्स आउट देयर। But another thing with CFA level 2 is a lot of candidates do flunk at CFA level 2. So do ensure that if you are appearing for CFA level 2, you might need an extra attempt. Do not be disheartened, but then give your best so that you don't need an extra attempt. अब MBA पे आ जाते हैं। MBA में क्या होता है कि MBA की जो फीस है वो अप्रॉक्स 10 to 15 lakhs रहती है। ज़्यादा भी होती है, कुछ एलिट इंस्टीट्यूशंस के लिए वो 15+ lakhs जाती है, या प्राइवेट इंस्टीट्यूशंस के लिए 15+ lakhs भी जाती है, एंड कुछ गवर्नमेंट फंडेड जो होते हैं उनकी 5 लाख भी होती है, 2 लाख भी होती है, 6-7 लैक्स भी होती है, बट अप्रोक्स 10 to 15 लैक्स होता है पर एनम, ठीक है। और MBA में जो टाइम रिक्वायर्ड है, एक तो आपका 2 years का फुल कमिटमेंट चाहिए आपको, और दूसरा कैट, मोस्ट प्रोबेबली आप कैट के थ्रू जा रहे होंगे, या लेटेस्ट से आप CET के थ्रू एंटर कर रहे हो इफ़ यू आर इन महाराष्ट्र, तो उसमें आपको अगेन 8 to 12 मंथ्स आपको देना ही पड़ता है कैट की प्रिपरेशन के लिए। तो MBA के लिए जो टाइम रिक्वायर्ड है उसको कहीं ना कहीं अगर एप्पल्स टू एप्पल्स कंपैरिजन करना है CFA के साथ, तो लेटर से कि MBA में भी आपको अप्रोक्स 3 years लग रहे हैं, बिकॉज 1 year आपका प्रिपरेशन का है एंड 2 years जो है वो आपको MBA में देना पड़ते हैं। नाउ द थिंग इज कि MBA में आप कहाँ से कर रहे हैं, दैट इज मच मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट एज टू आप कौन से फील्ड में MBA कर रहे हैं। अब Tier 3 कॉलेजेस भी होते हैं काफ़ी सारे, नाम नहीं लूँगा मैं, शायद किसी को बुरा लग जाए, बट आपको पता है कि Tier 3 कॉलेजेस जो होते हैं वहाँ से आपको अप्रॉक्स जो पैकेज लगती है वो 3 to 5 lakhs की लगती है। लेटेस्ट से Tier 3 कॉलेजेस की फीस थोड़ी कम भी है, 6-7-8 लाख, बट अगर आपको एट द एंड ऑफ 2 years या 2.5 years 3 to 5 lakhs पर एनम मिल रहे हैं, वो भी पोस्ट MBA, then I think a better option is to go for CFA level 1, because that will hardly require 6 months. The amount of money it will require is even around maximum 1.25 lakhs with coaching, and you will probably land up in the same job what a Tier 3 MBA college grad can. Okay, then Tier 2 colleges are much more decent. Tier 2 colleges में आपको 6 to 9 lakhs up to 10 lakhs के पैकेजेस लग जाते हैं। नाउ 9 लाख भी कॉलेज के एवरेजेस है, एंड डेफिनेटली कुछ आउटस्टैंडिंग स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं जो वहाँ पे 11-12 लैक्स, 1-2 स्टूडेंट लेके चलते हैं, बट मैं अगेन मोर और लेस एवरेजेस की बात कर रहा हूँ। तो 6 to 9 lakhs 10 lakhs इतना पकड़ के चलो, दिस इज द अमाउंट ऑफ मनी दैट मोस्टली दे गेट, करेक्ट। सो अगर आप इसको CFA level 2 से कंपेयर करें, Tier 2 कॉलेजेस में मोस्टली क्या होता है कि इनकी फीस जो है दैट इज ऑलमोस्ट सेम एज टू अ डिसेंट Tier 1 कॉलेज। तो यहाँ पे आपको फीस जो है 12 to 15 lakhs की मोस्ट प्रोबेबली देनी पड़ सकती है, वेर एज CFA level 2 अगर आप करने जाओगे आफ्टर CFA level 1, तो लेटेस्ट से कि आपने CFA level 1 फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में कर लिया 6 months में, एंड देन आपने नेक्स्ट 12 months सिर्फ CFA level 2 के लिए प्रिपेयर किया, या नेक्स्ट 9 months ब्रेक लेके बीच में 3 months का 9 months प्रिपेयर किया, तो भी विद इन 1.5 years यू आर डन विद CFA level 2, and you will be again very much at par with a Tier 2 MBA college grad in just around 1.75 to 2 lakhs of expense, and you will be as good as somebody from a Tier 2 college, so you'll be saving a significant amount of money. तो इस पॉइंट तक तो मुझे ये नहीं लगता है कि जस्ट इफ यू आर लुकिंग इट फ्रॉम द पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ गेटिंग अ गुड जॉब that you actually need an MBA if it is from a Tier 2 or a Tier 3 college, because then you can directly go over for the CFA, correct। अब Tier 1 colleges की बात करते हैं, तो Tier 1 colleges के लिए मैंने यहाँ पे आपके पैकेजेस लिखे हैं 12 to 20 lakhs, करेक्ट। इसका रीज़न क्या है 12 to 20 lakhs लिखने का, बिकॉज आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट मोस्ट ऑफ द Tier 1 colleges, the very good institutes like the Narsee Monjee or Symbiosis Pune, so some of the colleges like that. Now in general their fees is again in the range of 14 to 18 lakhs approx is the fees that you have to pay for these colleges, and the packages that you get is very much between 12 to 20 lakhs per annum. Now again, if even if you do CFA level 2 and let us say you have mixed it with an FRM, or let us say a couple of years of experience in an investment bank, you'll probably land up again very much in the same place where you will land up somewhere like 14 to 15 lakhs with 2 to 3 years of experience. This is somewhat a median, I am saying, average. And then definitely comes the elite institutes. Now with the elite institutes, I have mentioned them even separately from the Tier 1 colleges. What is the reason for that? First of all, they can land you extremely good packages, that is 25 to 35 to 40 lakhs. Obviously, doing a CFA level 2 or a CFA level 3, you don't land up such a high package. You have to be realistic. And when I say you don't land such a high package. I mean with 2 to 3 years of experience, obviously over the long term, over 5 to 10 years, depending on your performance and how you are able to get along with your colleagues and how you're able to handle the work life pressure, you'll eventually progress there. But with MBA from such elite institutes like the top 5, like I should say the IIMs, ABC or the XLRI, such institutes, they can directly land you up a job that is around 25 to 35 lakhs per annum. And one more thing is there, that with CFA level 2, more or less you get into an investment bank in the middle office, okay? Whereas CFA level 3 मैंने यहाँ पे क्यों mention नहीं किया है, because by the time you reach to CFA level 3, you'll actually already have it more or less being financed by the company. You will have your finances sort at that point of time. The money would not be such a constraint. All these analysis is being done उस पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट पे जहां अभी तक आपने मनी अर्न करना चालू नहीं किया है एंड यू आर जस्ट पुटिंग इन मनी. सो उस पर्सपेक्टिव से मैं एनालिसिस कर रहा हूँ CFA लेवल 1 and 2 वर्सेस द MBA. ओके, सो प्रिटी मच आई थिंक कि इफ यू नीड टू if you have any kind of financial constraints, I think any day going for a CFA is better. And if you are getting the elite MBA institutes, the tier 1 colleges, then you should go for an MBA probably, unless and until if you're extremely passionate about finance, then there is no issues in doing an MBA with a CFA. In fact, I'll again mention it, CFA plus MBA is an extremely deadly combination. Why is it so? CFA makes you an expert in the financial jargons. It makes you an expert in the understanding of the finance. Whereas MBA is more of, how you package things, how you market yourself, how you do sales. So when I say sales, it's not the telecalling thing that you're associating it. Even in the investment banks, there is the front office. So the front office are mostly this top MBA college grads, because they are on the sales and the trading desk, which involves a lot of communication. That is something which is possible with this tier 1 MBA colleges. With CFA level 3, it's more of on the portfolio management side. Okay, so I think I pretty much answered your questions on MBA versus the CFA, or can you do both? Both is obviously the best possible combination, but then it requires a significant amount of commitment, and it entirely depends on whether you're up for it. Let us take the next question. Nowadays, a lot of students are coming up with this question: does CFA level 1 get me a job? Now, if you would have been in touch with the current updates of the CFA program, there has been significant changes made, and the one which is the most significant of them is CFA level 1 is getting conducted now 4 times in a year, whereas CFA level 2 and level 3 is getting conducted 2 times a year. So why do you think logically कि CFA level 1 जो है, it might be getting conducted 4 times a year? Because obviously the demand for people doing CFA has gone up significantly in last 5 to 6 years, especially in a country like India. Even जहाँ तक मुझे याद आ रहा है, अभी ऑफ रिसेंटली इंदौर में भी एक CFA एग्जामिनेशन सेंटर खोला गया है. सो CFA is in basically demand. People are wanting to do CFA, and that is why the number of students are increasing at a very quick pace, and that is the number one reason that it is being conducted 4 times a year, and number of centers have increased, and they have gone for a computer based testing. The window period for conducting CFA has increased in the computer based examinations. So definitely we can more or less say कि कहीं ना कहीं जो supply है of the number of people who will have CFA level 1 on their resume is obviously increasing, correct? There are a lot of people in the market out there जिनके पास CFA level 1 है. अब अगला क्वेश्चन जो मेरे दिमाग में आ रहा है वो ये है कि क्या डिमांड भी उसी तरह से बढ़ रही है? तो आई कैन से हाँ. क्यों? बिकॉज अगर आप कॉमन से कॉमन पोर्टल, लेटर से naukri.com या लेटर से LinkedIn, ठीक है, इफ यू सी ऑन दिस पोर्टल्स nowadays a majority of the finance profiles do mention that CFA or an MBA will be an added advantage. So that means they are giving preference to CFA level 1 cleared students definitely, especially for these basic analyst job. How do you get your resume shortlisted? That is another difficult thing. Cracking an interview is okay. Cracking an interview is difficult, but for cracking an interview, you need to reach an interview. How do you do that? You need to have something on your resume which allows you to reach to that point. And that, I think, CFA level 1 is a big bonus. And if you are following the news around you, of recently, the investment banks, the middle office as well as the back office, have opened a lot of their offices in Mumbai and Bangalore. Why is it so? Because they know that for them it is feasible on the basis of money to hire graduates from India rather than from abroad. Because if you look at the currency, dollar versus INR, or euro versus INR, definitely a cheaper labor is available over here due to the differences in the currency. So definitely there are a lot of offices coming in, which again means increased opportunities. And then the third one which I have mentioned, the MBA college is giving a value to CFA level 1 on resume. मैंने ऑफ रिसेंटली सुना था कि कुछ कॉलेजेस ने जब आप MBA कैट वगैरह देते हैं तो अगर आपके रेज्यूमे पे CFA लेवल 1 है तो आपका एप्लीकेशन एक्सेप्ट होने में इट गिव्स यू अ प्रेफरेंस ओवर समबडी विद द सेम प्रोफाइल इट डज नॉट हैव अ CFA लेवल 1. तो अगेन वहाँ पे आपको बेनिफिट मिल रहा है. एट द सेम टाइम फाइनल ईयर ऑफ MBA फाइनेंस में प्लेसमेंट्स में आई कैन डेफिनेटली से अगेन दैट CFA लेवल 1 guy gets an upper hand because it shows some kind of commitment that you have towards finance, and that is good enough to give you that slight edge and probably crack an interview and get into a firm. Okay, apart from that, now because there are so many CFA candidates out there, there are so many CFA level 1 cleared students out there, there are so many CFA level 2 cleared students out there. How do you stand out amongst all of them? How do you make sure that you are the one who gets ahead of them? So just make sure that you have read a lot of newspapers, you have basic Excel information, you are pursuing financial modeling along with it. Now how this helps is that this is not directly relevant to clearing a CFA exam, but every time when you get called to an interview and you get grilled for 30 minutes or 45 minutes by a panel of 2, 3 or 4 guys, more or less, it is these things that separate you out from the others. So do not undervalue these things that do not show up on your resume. Reading a newspaper or knowing basic Excel or having the hold on the concepts of CFA level 1, this will really count when you sit in an interview, and make sure that you get them. That will help you separate yourself out from the other people around you. Okay, so now let us take the next question. My favorite question this is. Why is it my favorite? Because everybody in this world is looking for some kind of shortcut, and so are all students. Now, I'll answer this very honestly without any kind of, biases. So, can I pass studying from Schwezer? Yes, you can. And definitely, you have the same percentage of chance passing as somebody who has studied from the official CFA material. I don't have any doubt regarding that. But at the same time, just stop a little and think, आपने CFA in the first place चालू क्यों किया था? To just clear an exam and get a job based on the credential that is mentioned in your resume, or to really improve your understanding of finance, to be a good finance professional, to have a grasp of the concepts, to understand how finance works in the real world, how money works, about the major financial crises that have happened around you, the global events that are taking place, how the RBI is managing their policies, what is happening in the US, what are happening in the trade wars. So what exactly did you enter into CFA for? For just getting a job, or for living your life passionately, for understanding finance from its core? I think for understanding finance from its core sounds better, correct? Because at the end of the day, to love something, you need to understand it. And there is no better place to start as compared to the CFA Institute material. You can see I have drawn a Venn diagram where one is passing the examination, another is knowledge plus strength of concepts plus increased probability of clearing CFA level 2 in single attempt. Why did I say this? Why I said this was, during CFA level 1, the concepts are really easy. So जो हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना कि थोड़ा ऊपर ऊपर से पढ़ के भी निकल गए तो एग्जाम कहीं ना कहीं क्लियर हो जाता है, करेक्ट. बट व्हाट हैपेंस इज, ये जो आपके कंसेप्ट्स हैं जो स्लाइटली शेकी है, वो लेवल 2 में आपको जाके काफ़ी इफेक्ट करते हैं. जब लेवल 2 में यू डिग इनटू द कंसेप्ट्स रियली डीपली, तब जो है आपका जो नॉलेज है या आपके जो लूप होल्स है CFA लेवल 1 के, वो क्लियरली दिख जाते हैं. बट द बेस्ट पार्ट इज कि इफ़ यू स्टडी फ्रॉम द ऑफिशियल इंस्टीट्यूट मटेरियल, इट स्ट्रेंथन्स योर कंसेप्ट टू अ पॉइंट कि CFA लेवल 2 में फिर आपको ये सारे इश्यूज फेस नहीं करना पड़ते हैं. एंड देन यू आर नॉट अमॉन्ग्स द मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द पीपल हु एक्चुअली फ्लंक एट CFA लेवल 2 एंड यू गेट थ्रू स्ट्रेट इन वंस. सो obviously you can pass studying from Schwezer, but the best route is CFA Institute material. And if you're taking a coaching, okay, so obviously मेरा bias रहेगा यहाँ पे. So if you're taking a coaching, being a trainer for CFA, I can say one thing: make sure that the faculty that you're learning from is teaching you directly from the CFA material. Because if the faculty is also teaching from Schwezer, then that you could have done on your own more or less. Because the CFA material is bulky, because it is extremely voluminous, so it's better that you go for a trainer who teaches you from the CFA material so that you do not miss out on any of the concepts of the CFA Institute. I think I probably answered this one. Let us look at, I think, the last question. So we have a couple more questions basically. I hate maths. Should I pursue CFA? Okay, this question has also come up to me a large number of times. There are a lot of people who get scared away from CFA because they have spent a majority of their life hating maths. You can see I have drawn 2 arrows, one on the left, one on the right. So the maths that we hate is actually integration, differentiation, geometry, trigonometry. What is there in CFA in the form of maths? Obviously, there are numbers. Listen, if you hate numbers, I won't lie, please do not pick up CFA, because you will be spending almost all your life on Excel sheets, all your life on numbers, all your life reading through articles which have numbers. So please make sure you don't hate numbers. But then, if you hate complicated maths, that's a different thing. That's not CFA. CFA just has basic numbers plus some intuitive formulas. So you have to decide what you hate. And if you hate maths, it does not mean that you won't be good at CFA. Okay? So yeah, you can pursue CFA if you're interested in finance and if you don't have an issue with numbers. I think we have one more question. So let us look at it. Okay, so I don't have a finance background. Would I be able to deal with economics and accounts? There are some subjects which are basically extremely new for people who are not from finance. But you know what's the good news? That even I am an engineer. I am a computer science graduate, and even while my graduation during the final year, I started pursuing CFA level 1 and I managed to clear it, and I got successfully placed into a US based finance company, that is Morningstar. And then eventually I cleared level 2 while working with Morningstar, and very soon I placed into investment bank. Yes, I was in the middle office in the investment bank, a dream job that I did not hope that I will be able to land it so soon. But it was a really amazing experience. And then guess what? I decided to follow my passion. What is my passion? My passion is teaching, which I'm doing right now, which I'm doing at this very instant when I'm actually teaching you about how things work and what you should do, what you should not do. So you don't need to worry that will you be able to switch or not, because if I did, I'll make sure even you do. And I'll be pretty happy if you have any more questions. You can definitely just put it down in the comments and I will answer it, or you can even mail me if you want. I'll just write down my email ID over here. or you could even WhatsApp me on my number, that is 7669408882, and you can visit our website www.positivealpha.co.in. So I am a CFA level 1 trainer, and if you want to know anything about the coaching that we provide and how we prepare you and everything, feel free to ask in the comments. You can probably visit our website, which is www.positivealpha.co.in, and this is my email ID. Any more questions, I'll be very happy to answer. I hope that this video did help you. Have a nice day, and if you liked the video, do like, share and subscribe. Bye bye.